We have handpicked the top 10 sci-fi films that will take you on an unforgettable journey through the depths of space, time, and the human psyche. These movies are sure to leave you spellbound with their visual effects, acting performances, and intriguing storylines. In this video, we will be reviewing these movies and sharing our thoughts on what makes them worth watching. So, let's get started. A three-person crew on a mission to Mars faces an impossible choice when an unplanned passenger jeopardizes the lives of everyone on board. With 2 positive and 1 negative points stowaway, the film has a talented cast deliver subtle and emotionally nuanced performances that keep the audience invested in the character's plight. The film is heavy on philosophical debates about sacrifice and the value of human life, which adds thematic depth to the story.
That super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain.
In 1988, a police officer is hungry to become a detective and begins tracking a serial killer who resurfaces every 9 years. But when the killer's crimes defy all scientific explanation, the officer's obsession threatens to destroy everything. With 2 positive and 2 negative points, number 9, In the Shadow of the Moon.
That super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain.
The film has an interesting and unique premise, blending genres of sci-fi, action, noir, and mystery. The technical aspects of the film, such as the cinematography and use of color, are well executed and visually appealing. The film suffers from a lack of charismatic lead performance, with Boyd Holbrook failing to connect with the audience and bring emotional depth to his role. Heavy reliance on exposition in the final act drains much of the tension and intrigue from the story.
Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain.
New Orleans paramedics Steve and Dennis thought they had seen it all until a mysterious new drug shows up at bizarre and gruesome accident scenes. But when Dennis' daughter goes missing, Steve uncovers a terrifying truth about the drug that will shatter his perception of reality. With 1 negative and 1 positive point, number 8, Synchronic.
That super bass got boom, boom. Got me.
The film takes a bit too long to set up its premise, but the film uses arresting shots of starry night skies and galactic panoramas, flash cuts, and other visual techniques to express the lyricism and mystery of the mind-altering drug featured in the film.
That super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain.
Orbiting above an Earth on the brink of catastrophic energy wars, scientists test a dangerous device that could provide unlimited power but also runs the risk of creating a terrifying paradox, leaving them face to face with a dark alternate reality. With 2 positive and 1 negative points, number 7, The Cloverfield Paradox.
That super bass got boom, boom. Got me.
The Cloverfield Paradox fizzles badly at the end and feels like a bust of a movie that would have been dumped in theaters in January by a studio looking to cut its losses. The marketing strategy for the release of The Cloverfield Paradox was a masterstroke, generating excitement and interest for a movie that might have gone unnoticed otherwise. Director Julius Onah's style is offhand and awestruck, showcasing the film's grandiose sci-fi vistas and intriguing little details of production design.
That super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain.
2 low-level astronomers must go on a giant media tour to warn mankind of an approaching comet that will destroy planet Earth. With 2 positive and 2 negative points, number 6, Don't Look Up.
That super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain.
Don't Look Up fails to be insightful about social media, technology, global warming, celebrity, and human existence. Many of the characters, including those played by Cate Blanchett and Jennifer Lawrence, are underdeveloped and not stretched out nearly enough. There are some moments of inspired chaos that are genuinely funny, such as Leonardo DiCaprio screaming, "We're all going to die" on a children's show. Adam McKay has a track record of being able to launch comedy empires with his populist brilliance, as seen in Anchorman and The Big Short.
That super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live.
A lone scientist in the Arctic races to contact a crew of astronauts returning home to a mysterious global catastrophe. With 3 positive and 2 negative points, number 5, The Midnight Sky.
That super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain. Boom, boom.
The film's story feels derivative of other sci-fi films, and its references to those films feel superficial. The film's plot begins to make less and less sense, breaking down any sense of realism that had been achieved. The film has impressive technical aspects, such as its visual design and sound. There are moments of effective chemistry between Clooney's character and the mute girl, Iris. Some of the space action sequences are well done, including a repair sequence inspired by gravity.
That super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain. Boom, boom.
A former soldier teams up with a cop to find the source behind a dangerous pill that provides temporary, unpredictable superpowers. With 2 positive and 2 negative points, number 4, Project Power.
That super bass got boom, boom. Got me.
The movie wastes its premise by not exploring its potential for deeper storytelling and subtext. The movie feels like it plays it safe and doesn't take any risks, even when the potential for a more daring approach is present. The premise of the movie, involving a drug that can give temporary superpowers, is intriguing and has potential. The charisma of the stars and the speediness of the filmmaking help keep the movie engaging and entertaining.
Super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom.
In a post-apocalyptic near future, a researcher at an AI lab leads the effort to end a civil war by cloning the brain of a heroic soldier, her mother, with 2 positive and 2 negative points number 3 Young-E.
That super bass got boom, boom.
The middle of the film is bloated and overlong, and lacks emotional and philosophical heft. The film is overly talky, with too many repeated conversations. The opening action sequence is impressive, showcasing the director's genre chops. The last 15 minutes of the film are described as pretty wicked.
Super bass got boom, boom.
Summer camp has barely begun when aliens suddenly invade the planet. In a campground once teeming with people, 4 misfit teens are unexpectedly entrusted with a key that carries the secret to stopping the invasion. Without any adults or electronics to help guide the way, it's clear what they must do: band together, conquer their fears, and save the world. With 3 positive and 1 negative points number 2, Rim of the World.
That super bass got boom, boom.
The review notes that the filmmakers don't seem invested in the movie and that it lacks energy. The review mentions the potential for kids to find inspiring stories through online streaming. The review acknowledges that the characters in the movie are shown to be more than their appearances. The review praises the cinematography of a complicated one-take shot.
Super bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain.
Time-traveling fighter pilot Adam Reed teams up with his 12-year-old self for a mission to save the future after unintentionally crash landing in 2022. With 3 positive points number 1, The Adam Project.
That super bass got boom, boom.
The movie is described as a popcorn pleasure and delivers on the promise of its premise, with good production design and special effects, as well as well-staged action and fight scenes. The relationship between the 2 Adams is fun to watch, with both versions of the character being exceptionally good at getting on each other's nerves. The movie features good performances by Ryan Reynolds, Walker Scobell, Jennifer Garner, and Mark Ruffalo, and draws from a variety of stories and movies, including Frequency, The Terminator, Back to the Future, and The Myth of Orpheus.
Bass got boom, boom. Got me dead live, I'm Kurt Cobain, boom, boom.
We hope you enjoyed this video on the best sci-fi movies on Netflix. These films are sure to satisfy your appetite for adventure, mystery, and thrills. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And let us know in the comments which of these movies you have seen and which ones you are looking forward to watching. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep exploring the vast universe of cinema.